Morning to you, good afternoon or good evening, wherever you're watching this. This video is about the upcoming lunar eclipse on the 28th of August 2026. So I'm just going to share with you the chart for this. So as you can see, this occurs at basically this will be about 5:19 in the morning in the UK. Moon is going to be in Shatabisha at 10:40 degrees of Shatabisha, and the sun will be at 10:40 of Magha. Just a quick little something about this. So this is basically Shatabisha is the nakshatra of 1,000 healers or 100 healers. It's all about basically a circle with flowers, so it is a beautiful healing nakshatra. I take the symbolism for this as healing botanicals, all things that are natural, so frequency, vibration, light, herbs, and as I said, essential oils and botanicals. So this is very, very healing time for the whole of the community. And on the other side we have Magha. You can see the ascendant, Ketu, Sun, and also Mercury are all in Magha, which is basically the nakshatra of ancestors. And this is all about, the symbol is the throne, the royalty throne, and we have Ketu there. So I've just really have thought that this year we're going to see somebody of royalty or kind of royal status, or somebody so very, very important passing on, just due to what I can see in the skies, really. And because the ascendant is Magha, I dare say this is going to be quite an important one. So as you can see, Rahu is in Dhanishta, a company in Aquarius. These are all sidereal signs. So Rahu in Dhanishta, this is a very, very successful nakshatra. It's basically very much in to do with things such as commerce and achievement, very much about that. So, and the actual symbol for this is a flute or drums. So is there going to be some sort of announcement, something that's going to be slightly shaking to everyone, something that's going to wake us all up, and some event is going to happen? I dare say something like that could also be part of this. In the UK, just a few days ago, we had an emergency alert regarding the fires. So I haven't actually experienced that before. So that was a little bit shook me to just oh, what's going on? I can't switch my phone off, and it was going a bit mad for a while. So that I can see that as something like Dhanishta, really. So let's have a look more in detail with this. So basically, in the ascendant of this, we have the sun. This is a lunar eclipse where basically the focus is really where the moon is, but in the 7th house of this, the ascendant of this chart. So we have basically Ketu is always takes something away. Because it's the endings, the kind of spiritual growth of something or other. But Ketu is very good at cutting things. And Sun obviously rules the first house, is in the first house. Ketu rules the 4th house of Scorpio. So something secretive is always part of what Scorpio holds. So something secret about 4th house is also homeland, family, your home, your mother, etc., and your psyche, what makes you feel secure. So that's in the 1st house. So these two together actually create a nice yoga for Raja Yoga, if you like. But it's very much like things that we actually things being revealed about the hometown, about your community, about your planet, all that kind of stuff. Then we have Mercury, which is planet of information, and in this chart rules the 2nd and the 11th house, so to do with money, values, family values, and our choices. And 11th house is obviously a house of desire, accolades, elder sibling, but also networks, banking, and kind of the groups that we hang out with, if you like. And so we can see that basically there's going to be, on the mundane astrology, there's going to be things revealed about money, things about like people in charge, bosses, presidents, ministers, prime ministers, presidents, as I said, and kings, queens, princes, etc. And so something is going to be becoming much more evident and brought to the surface in the next 6 months, definitely. And the moon is community. It's a 12th house ruler here. It's in the 7th house. So what is going to be revealed that's been secret and in the background has been going on, that's been kept sort of like secret from us, and is now going to be revealed. So there's a revelation going on, there's a disclosure happening. Rahu is also about people who are maybe like are otherworldly, if you like. I don't want to use the word because they're algorithms. So we've had some kind of disclosures about that, and I think you can go on to the White House White House website and actually research more about that, because there's going to be a lot of things being revealed, coming out, that has been kept secret from us for absolutely decades, maybe even longer. So here we are, this really is time of revelation. The Great Awakening is happening. People are waking up to things and realizing the people that we thought they were so clean and, had our backs, doing things for the community, for the country, all that kind of stuff. Maybe they were not really in alignment with the people after all. So this is really a magnificent time for this. The other thing is also, 7th house, the house that's very sort of exposed, it's a house that people see. And you can see that basically in Aquarius. So Aquarius is all the corporation, NGOs, big companies are all part of that. It's also, because it's a natural 11th house of the zodiac, it's to do with the banking, financial establishment, all that kind of things. All those big companies, corporations, I should say, they're all actually very Aquarian. So we can understand that there's a new things happening, because Rahu has also traveled through Shatabisha, leaving its mark on that. So there's definitely things have been happening. Monetary system could be just like having some changes made to updating, and we're just keeping up with new systems coming up. Web3, I definitely think we got new internet. Web3 is much more going to be much safer, much better, and all these nonsenses such as cookies and people taking your data, stuff like that, will eventually, hopefully, will be something of the past with the new Web3. So, what does this reveal on a very sort of like on our level? What does that actually mean? So we all have Leo somewhere in our chart. So our soul, which is the sun, everybody's soul is the sun, is very much about literally like wanting to really sort of be, because it's in Magha, you see sun in Magha, in own sign Leo. It's really about like your lineage and honouring your forefathers and the land, etc. What is actually has got your DNA imprinted in it, so your essence is part of this. And Mercury, as I said, is information and how we digest all of that, how we actually process things that are happening. We also have the 3rd house and 10th house ruler of this chart, Venus, is actually in debilitation, actually is at the degree pretty much of debilitation. So what it means is like, obviously, any information that comes to you, really you want to be very discerning, really sit with the information rather than reacting and going for it quickly. Be with it, really, because there we have Mars really having an impact on Venus, but you should just sit with the information. If you hear something on social media, mainstream media or the press, not to be reactive, because sometimes our reaction puts energy into things and they actually occur. So isn't it better to just sit with the information and then make the right choices? Because Venus that makes wrong choices is a Venus who's like detached from its higher calling. So definitely this is a time to sit with information. Saturn luckily is having a very, very opposite, very fantastic impact on this, in the sense that Saturn calms down Venus. So whatever Mars is giving Venus to just like act and be just like headless and go for it, Saturn is calming Venus down. It's really being kind of discerning, thinking, sitting back and digesting everything. So this is a very important time not to be reacting to anything and just sitting and allowing information to come to you. Information that's going to, really sit, if you like, it's very, your soul responds to it in a very, very good manner. So what does that mean for somebody if we start going, if we do for your chart now, if we start with Leo ascendant or Leo moon, what this actually means, basically, it just means that for Leo, it just means it's time to be very cautious how you spend money. Don't make any rash decisions, and just literally be conscientious that the right choices will come to you. At this moment in time, Venus is not really in a good situation. So Venus rules money. So it's very important that we are discerning. So for you guys, for Leo ascendants, it's really fantastic yogas going on. 2nd and 11th house ruling in the 1st house. Wonderful Dana yoga and Raja yogas with Ketu and the sun in the 1st house. Moon for you obviously rules your 12th and Rahu your 7th house. So you have multiple beautiful things happening in that situation, where you have basically, like just being like, if you feel as though you are being awakened, in a sense, you have like intuition is going to kick in, your pineal gland, you're getting messages from your lineage, your ancestors, etc. Really nice time. Your intuition is strong, so go with that. Like your 1st house is hemmed between, this is like a beautiful, like benevolent, where you have two benevolent planet either side of your ascendant. It's really lovely. So you have all of those good things going on. So just really feel as though you are very much guided and loved and being protected at this time. So I just feel as though for you guys, it's going to open, it could be that you meet people in the community or groups that are going to be very, very much spiritual, help you elevate, help you kind of activate all those gut feelings, intuition, your psychic abilities will grow during this time. And all of those will be beneficial, not only in terms of money, family, your group of friends, and how happy you feel within you. Finding new ways. Moon is your happiness. New ways of actually feeling happy, but really in depth, not sort of like superficial. You go and see a comedy and you laugh or something, but really meaningful happiness will arise due to this. I'm going to just get my tools and we're going to go to the next ascendant. So let's go to Virgo. For Virgo ascendant, this is occurring for you. Basically, it's happening in your 6th house. 6th house is house of basically service, how you manage yourself, how you manage your debts, how you budget things, how you work, how you deal with illness and all that kind of stuff, exercise, nutrition, everything, self-help, all is 6th house. And for you, so what's happening, your 11th house ruler is in there. Moon is there with Rahu, which is 6th house ruler. Rahu is obviously is all sorts of new methods through groups and things will come to how to, new forms of exercise, new forms of eating, cooking, all of that. and new intuition. You intuitively will choose better products, whether it's beauty products or whatever it is. And also it could just also signify a new job, maybe in nursing or teaching or something like that. Could be something new happening for you. So it's very much because Rahu is a kind of malevolent planet. It's really good in the sixth house, so it's going to give you chances to really rise above everything, whatever obstacles, it'll actually help you find new ways to deal with that. So it's a very, very good thing. And also you're letting go of things that are no longer serving you. So for example, you could become more psychic during this time, first and 10th house ruler in the 12th house. You could change your job, you could retire, work abroad, or work with people from foreign lands too. And also third house in the 12th house. So this could be like moving abroad or moving back home to your homeland too. So it's like where your ancestors were, your family, your lineage is. So all sorts of goodies, but really letting go of things also very deep rooted that you've been holding on to, generational and ancestral and karmic pain and trauma. Really good. This eclipse is going to help you just release all of that. But remember to Venus, which is your second house, and also your ninth house ruler, is debilitated in the first house. So don't be critical of yourself. Don't be critical of family. Just use words and things that are uplifting. And it's also a very, very good time to actually really let go of addictions that we have as well. 12th house of addiction. So let's now go to ascendant or moon, Libra ascendant, Libra moon. For you guys, this is occurring basically in your fifth house of children, your assets, academia, how you enjoy life, how you your creative side. And just generally speaking, how you're able to bring enjoyment into everything. This is house of love, how romantic you are, how you how you kind of approach things in life in order to embellish them and make everything be an experience. So this is what you're being invited to actually see everything as an embellishment of your creative side. Create an enjoyable, a loving, romantic life for yourself and for your family. So Rahu rules your fifth house. So when Rahu is the ruler or co-ruler of your fifth house, these are all new to you. So get the information and really embellish it and make it exotic, like how you use your word, how you because also don't forget moon rules your 10th house. It's also there. So it could be that you gain all these downloads, become much more if you like creative, putting much more beauty in your work, really seeing. It's almost like a different timeline. You jumped a different timeline. You bring in beautifulness into everything that you do and really enjoy your work, really. And, people will trust you as well because it's just a lot of wisdom there because you've got a Jupiter there, which is nice and strong and works hard, but it's in good condition. So whatever hard work you put in, you're going to gain so much more for it. And also, remember, Jupiter is also aspecting your second house. So even though you feel yourself, don't feel, because Venus is debilitated at this point, you don't feel as though you are very, you're not very in tune with everything. You feel a little bit defeated because your first house ruler is in the 12th house, sort of like looking back. And but Venus does well in the 12th house, so don't make decisions that are really sort of very harsh, very, don't be sort of rash in going to anything, but just be more of an observer than an absorber. This really passionate in the if you're with a partner, passionate time too. So for you guys, as I said, it's all about creativity, love and really enjoying everything, and that will bring so many opportunities for you in your workplace. Really enjoy it. And also you will find that you're more likely to want to be with your people who are much more in tune with you as well. This eclipse will reveal to you people who are much more on your page. Friends and groups, even your elder sibling, both of you could just be like guided to people who are much more in keeping with your heritage as such. Now let's go to the next one. I'm going to have to go backwards, I think, so I'm going to do, otherwise, here we go, for Cancer Ascendant. So Cancer Ascendants, this is occurring in this, basically what would be for you guys, your 8th house. So changes, very much like it's all about, really embracing that you need to just like go a different route, transform your life yourself, and be okay with it. Trust that all these new things will in the end make sense, that everything you're being guided to do is going to bring enlightenment, bring sort of opportunities, bring luck. Saturn rules your 8th house, co-rules it with Rahu is in the 9th house. Just trust it, that things, you go with it, it's just going to really activate where you are intuitively and spiritually, make you evolve and grow so much more. And so basically for you, also not only embracing changes, and that will bring such deep healing from really within you, that you perhaps didn't really realize you were holding on to so much pain, so much, you kind of might have thought you had toothache or knee ache or backache, but actually there was just all this trauma that needed to be dissolved and pulled. So this is such a important time for you to just like really releasing, and you've just find by just trusting and going within, all of that would just fall into place. And also this is going to help your family as well, help your children. It's going to be also really an evolving time for the family, and how we are with money, and how we limit ourselves sometimes, and all of those things. You're just going to have this knowing, and things just going to start flow with much more ease. So, and also this also indicates a little bit of change in your home situation as well. So just be really cautious with your words. Mars is aspecting your 3rd house, sort of the planet of Venus of love, which is your 4th house ruler, is in difficult situations. So just be really aware of how you word things, and always bring love, even though Venus, even a debilitated Venus, is going to be much more gracious than what we think. But just don't want to be like walking into a room and not reading the room kind of thing, and saying something I just feel as though sometimes when you say something energetically can't take it back, so it's better not to say anything. Right, let's go for the next one, which will be Gemini Ascendant. For Gemini Ascendant, this is basically occurring in your 9th house. 9th house has a wisdom, house of opportunities, luck. What you focus on is what you get, basically. So your 9th house is being occupied by the moon, which is your 2nd house ruler, in the 9th house with the 9th house ruler. So very great things going on for you there, in the sense that you have all these opportunities that are being gifted to you at this point in order to enrich your life, bring you wisdom, knowledge. It's great for travel, it's great for your family, your dad, and just like it's going to give you a knowing. You're going to be so psychically aware of that. Everything is going to start making sense. All those little things that you've learned over the last few years, you're going to connect the dots at this point and see things from a completely different viewpoint. This obviously is the 3rd and 9th house that are actually within the eclipse. So you have like information, learning, and knowledge coming together. So ancient knowledge together with like new information coming, that is all going to be so embracing for you of being able to dissect and digest information that are going to be very much important for your growth spiritually and psychically, which are going to be healing also to yourself and to your family, and also your friends and siblings too. So very nice time. And if we go now to Taurus ascendant and Taurus moon, for you guys this occurs in your 10th house. So 10th house of basically your 10th house is occupied by 3rd house ruler moon and 10th house co-ruler Rahu. So a new job, a birth of a new job where you're going to be working with friends, with people just really, you just have a knowing, all of you come together, and Rahu can make it, sort of working with loads of people who are loving, who are sort of like very much healers, and people who use all different types of healing modalities, which are probably quite new, although they could be ancient. So this is just the weird thing. So you're going to just find information about all kinds of things that are going to be very, very useful in your work. And it's going to make you actually expand your house of career. So you're going to be doing lots of different things. And all of those things are things that are going to be really healing to you and healing to the others, trusting to you, trusting to the general public. You're going to gift them all these beautiful new gifts. And on the other side of it, in the 4th house, it's going to be a situation where your 3rd house ruler moon is aspecting your 4th house. So it could be like, also Ketu is there, so there could be a change of your home situation, and also your money situation could also change too. So it's going to be like, I think you're going to have all kinds of things that there's going to be where, like you're going to find ways through this to actually get rid of some of those money difficulties that you might have been experiencing. I think remedies might come, because see, the thing is, your 6th house ruler Venus is 6th house ruler in the 5th house, so it's also to do with education as well. So you could actually gain some education regarding money during this time as well. Sit with the information and just see how that all pans out as well. So very, very, and the other thing is as well, you have your 11th house ruler and 8th house ruler, which is Jupiter, is actually exalted in your 3rd house of information and friends and things like that. So you're going to find that your community of friends and all those desires that you have to be with, working and doing things with people who are just like really think like you, and they want to gift the world with new beautiful things. All of those is going to manifest after this eclipse. Now we're going to go to the next one, which is going to be Aries ascendant. So for Aries ascendant, this is happening for you in your 11th house of 11th house of basically groups, friends, etc. So moon for you rules 4th house ruler. 4th house ruler is obviously your mum, your car, your home, etc. So new home, new car, all those things can be very much focus of what can actually manifest for you during this time. New forms of happiness where you just kind of letting go of things that are just have been a little bit difficult for you, and now you are kind of you might be moving into a new place or have a new place and just feeling a lot more settled. New groups of friends and neighbours are part of this, which are really, really nice people too. So also for you, you can see that this is in your 5th house. You have changes going on in your 5th house of academia. So some people might be finishing their degrees and A-levels in the UK, things like that, or you could just see that basically some people are also like getting much more creative in their jobs. There could be some changes actually on their sort of educational level. If people are actually in education, they could be at that when you return in the new year, things will be completely different. You know, they'll be like things that have been really difficult on teachers going to be just start to ease after this eclipse. I feel that's definitely, there's some changes in the education system that could be beneficial for everyone. But generally speaking, you know, you could be with groups of people that are just, you feel just much more comfortable with them. They're just much more in your you know, in your frequency, and it's just much more with ease, the people that you're attracting now. And if we now go to Pisces ascendant. Ooh. Okay, let's go. Okay, for Pisces ascendant, this is occurring for you in your 12th house. So basically, you have a situation where there could be a lot of romance, you know, like, because your first house ruler is in the 5th house, and 5th house ruler in the 12th house of bed pleasures, you know, so it could be like lots of sort of like spiritual growth, downloads, psychic abilities kicking in, and just like you're really embracing all of those, you know, the great awakening, the knowing that things are going to change for the better. And there are going to be a lot of changes. You know, you're going to just kick those habits that have been holding you back. You know, Rahu is there getting rid of all of that. You're going to be successful in it, because basically, you know, Dhanishta, although moon during the eclipse is not in Dhanishta, I'm just moving the ascendants at the moment, it's in Shatabisha. You know, you're going to find new ways of dealing with anything that's been like zapping your energy. So that'd be really lovely for you. And also in the house of work and healing, you're going to just find that things are just going to be information, the knowledge, everything that maybe things that your ancestors used to use, those are going to come to surface. You're going to find that information, and you're going to really help heal yourself and your loved ones from within. So there's going to be a massive healing for you guys in terms of how you deal, manage yourself, all the things that have actually gave you ailments and aches and pains and all of those things in your joints, etc. You're going to find new ways of dealing with those and just really releasing them. This is what the new this eclipse brings for you, just letting go of things that are just zapped your energy for so long, and not just for you, just also your family, your lineage have been bogged down by all these traumas. You're just going to, like, through information and really applying yourself, you're going to get rid of that. I just would say, just be very, very cautious about how, you know, doing anything fast. You know, we have a debilitated Venus in your 7th house, which is being urged by Mars to do things quickly without thinking. So really just sit with information, never rush through, particularly when there's eclipse on the horizon. Okay, we're going to go to the next one, which is, okay, right, Aquarius ascendant. This is obviously happening for you on your 1st house. So changes of how you manage yourself will be very much what is echoing during this time. So how you basically deal with discord, dealing with how you exercise, eat, how you deal with difficulties, how you work, how you approach things, really, you know, your outlook on things. This is very, very telling time, because this is really getting you to actually really think, because moon is about your psyche, your mind, and Rahu can actually make us a bit busy thinking. But, you know, also moon is in a very healing nakshatra. Shatabisha is very, very much about, like, thinking outside the box, finding things outside. The information will come to you that are outside. Makes you very psychic. So you actually almost like, if you tell yourself before you go to sleep, I know I'll find the answer to whatever it is, you will find the answer. It will be whispered to you in the night. So you just have to be really tuned in really well. And it's all about trusting too, ultimately, isn't it? So whatever happens, you're enjoying anyway. You're enjoying, you know, you're putting a lot of love and care and enjoyment to, you know, if you're a nurse or in service business or anything. Jupiter is there, so it's giving you lots of chances to really enjoy and spread the love to others, you know. So, and in your seventh house, you have Ketu, Sun, and Mercury. So Mercury rules for you what would be your fifth and eighth house. So some changes are, you know, regarding like your situation with your partner, your relationship. Do you want to get married? Some people might separate during this eclipse. Things will come to some kind of knowing, and whatever happens is something that, you know, is you might tie the knot, you know, you might just get married, get engaged, and all of those things. Whatever you do, don't be rash, because Mars is having an aspect on Venus, and that makes us do things without thinking. So really just you know, if you have a thought or something, sit with it and then just see how things pan out over the next you know, because this really, I think the result of this will be like within the next 6 months. So, and now let's go to Capricorn ascendant. For Capricorn, this is going to occur in your, so it's going to be in your basically second house, and Sun is going to be in your eighth house. So obviously, second house is house of your choices, your how you choose things, how your what your values are like with your family, how you save money, your relationship with food, money, drinking, all that kind of stuff. So also for you, Moon rules your seventh house is in the second house. So this could be really very much to do with this. This to me could be a wedding, because, you know, it's when you tie a knot with your partner, there are expenses. So, you know, Jupiter rules for you 12th house, and Moon, which is the dispositor of Jupiter, is in the second house. So it could be that there are new opportunities like that, or it could just be that you have met somebody that's like, you feel very much new relationship coming in, that makes you feel very, very happy, you know, Jupiter in the seventh house. And also new wisdom, you know, new amount of wise people coming into your circle, and they're just make you feel really happy. But obviously you need to be discerning as well about new people, because Mars is having an aspect on a Venus. Venus for you rules your 10th house, is in the 9th house, but it's debilitated. So whatever you decide to do, you know, whatever people are coming to you, just be really cautious, sit with the information, really watch them, you know, don't project your loveliness onto them, just really judge people as the time goes by. But generally speaking, you know, this is a really, really nice time to embrace changes, but really calculated changes. Make sure that they really sit right with your heart, and because obviously, you know, your first house ruler is retrograde, and it's in the third house, so it's very much like you have to learn and digest the information that's around you. But nonetheless, though, whatever happens, this really is about your values, and about, like, you know, things that are you're learning about how you make choices in life. These are really echoes of this eclipse for you guys. Let's go to Sagittarius. For Sag, this is happening for you in your third house. For you, also your third house ruler, Saturn, is in the fourth house. So Rahu is third house ruler. So I would just say for you guys, definitely you're thinking about moving house, and the opportunity can definitely arise with this eclipse. You know, and obviously we know that this is going to last some basically 6 months. You're still going to benefit from the eclipse's energies. So yes, it'd be, you know, and also Moon for you is 8th house ruler. So when 8th house ruler is in the third house, and the fourth house ruler is in the 8th house, so you know there's going to be some form of change in your home situation. So moving home, changing your car, all of those could be things going on. You could even start decorating and rejigging your room or your house or your flat or whatever, you know, apartment, whatever it is. So things could be really, you know, you want to upcycle, recycle, or just change things, you know, lots of changes. Rahu's change anyway, and 8th house ruler Moon brings changes. So accepting those changes for you, you know, generally speaking, because Jupiter is in your 8th house, you know, it's going to be a happy event anyway. On the other side of things as well, you see that your 9th house is being activated with this, so 3rd, so it could be like information, knowledge, wisdom, things like that come with it. You know, there's like a ancestral or karmic lineage thing going on as well, that you want to move because maybe you want to just like be in a place which is more in keeping with what your heart, your family desires are, your lineage, all that kind of stuff, or a place where you can actually release things that are no longer serving you, you know. So, but I really do feel that it's a very, very, on a spiritual way, it's a very spiritual change for you, because remember, Ketu rules your 12th house. And also you've got 7th and 12th house ruler Mercury and the Sun, 9th house, 9th, 10th. So if for you, this could be a massive change in terms of not just moving home, but actually just really wanting to literally just letting go and be on, do bring some changes in your life that are going to be substantially spiritual in essence, and changing things in a way that are just like not to do with just trends, or you know, my friends moved up this part of town, but really is much more in keeping with your soul journey rather than just like keeping up with the Joneses. Right, next one, Scorpio. For Scorpio, this is occurring in their 4th house. So Scorpio is basically your 9th house ruler moon is in your 4th house. It's got directional strength there. Sun has directional strength in the 10th house. Fantastic for your home and your work, your career. So basically, this is going to be, you know, like Rahu is 4th house ruler. It could be a home change in your home situation. It could also be something to do with your mum as well. So you could find a new method of healing or modality which is going to help your mum. It's definitely going to, it's encouraging you to have a nice new relationship with your mum and your family. And also what you is doing too is like 1st house ruler Ketu is in the 10th house. Mercury is for you 8th and 11th house ruler is in the, you know, in your 10th house, and also 10th house ruler. So very good for work, for groups, for everything, you know, just like really embracing this and knowing that the new things that are coming out are going to be so beneficial to you. So, but again, don't rush into anything because Mars is aspecting Venus, and Venus is in debilitation. So just be really aware, sit with your thoughts and ideas and just let them just brew. And when Venus is in much better condition, maybe that's the time to start making the changes you so wish to do. And so I wanted to wish everybody a fantastic eclipse and make the most of it. You know, these are all opportunities that we are given divinely in order to get the best out of our lives. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.